Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. And in today's video, I'm going to be going through a couple of articles. They go back to about 4 weeks. But the main reason I want to highlight this is because I keep hearing that quote from Jack Mallers that says, once you fully understand Bitcoin, you can't just allocate, 1%, 2%, 5, 10%. Like you're all in. Because when you understand that it is truly something created outside of the existing system, outside the existing framework, outside of the understanding of how economics actually works from what we know from human history, then you realize it just breaks all the models and that you cannot evaluate it the same way. And I had this chat with my buddy, shout out to Matt, where I'm trying to convince myself that I'm not just drinking the Kool-Aid and not just orange pilled and not looking at data from the other side. But I keep coming back to this question of like, well, there is no other side because you're either in the matrix and supporting the machine and feeding it, or you're out of it. So I brought that up, or bring that up in this context because here's a couple of articles and they all scream like doom and gloom. And I'll get to the punchline of this in the last article of how you can still look at this data, but how you should be evaluating it. So this one goes back to August 25th. Let's actually pull up coin market cap here and go for the last month so we can look at what they're talking about. So it was back here screaming, the sky is falling Chicken Little because we broke below 110, right? So you can obviously zoom out now and see that we bounce above that. And now we're kind of in doom and gloom again. And it's always fascinating because I guess the more orange pilled I get and the more that now I'm literally 100% into Bitcoin, all in. I don't care about this stuff anymore. I don't care about price. It's super fascinating to see my own journey. And that's why I document this on the channel, why I haven't missed a video since creating this channel, is because I heard about Bitcoin and then made the journey that everybody else does. Usually it's like, oh, I'm too late. Bitcoin at that time when I had originally heard about it or started doing videos, right before I started doing videos, I think Bitcoin was around 30, 40K. And then I decided to start doing content in DeFi summer and the drip mania. And that was after Bitcoin had peaked. So I basically heard about it at 2030 and was like, oh, I'm too late. Let me go chase these meme tokens and shit tokens. Did all that and, ROI dApps and all that stuff. Then Bitcoin goes even higher. But it doesn't click that, oh shit, if I would have made that or did that investment, I would have been better off. You're into all the shit stuff. Bitcoin rips, all the other stuff rips, but you're in the shit projects that are just Ponzi's. So you lose out. And then here we are, fast forward an entire new cycle. And now I'm completely orange pilled into Bitcoin. I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it. It doesn't matter anymore when I see headlines like this. Bitcoin sinks below 110 as Fed turmoil economic data loom. So again, just kind of, and I'm guessing some of this is sensationalized because it's clickbait, get you to click on the article and read about it. But we got that. Then over here, you have Bitcoin valuation indicator hints at macro top. So this is calling for a macro top as a death cross showed up in trade signals. So a macro top around the 1st of September, that was back here. We hit that death cross somewhere here, I think. And we have since bounced out of that. So, and if you're, again, orange pilled and understand what's going on with the economy and macro economics, then this doesn't phase you at all. But this metric shows signs of exhaustion. And this is kind of the punchline that I want to get at, that I'm leaning towards. I'll show you in this last article coming up. But it's market exhaustion and these indicators, which is really, all this information is for people who are trading. And like 95, maybe hell, 98, 99 people that buy crypto are not trading it. They're not jumping in and out of the market. So it doesn't really make any sense. And this is a recent one, 8 days ago, on Forbes, a quote unquote well-respected financial website. Bitcoin suddenly on the brink as death spiral price crash nightmare is coming true. Bitcoin has seen its massive price rally stall in recent months, with the Bitcoin price failing to make gains in 2025. Like, listen to that verbiage. Massive price rally stall, failing to make gains. It's only slightly higher than the 110 high. It's like they're literally telling you like, the sky is falling, be prepared. But the punchline for this one is that this is talking about supposedly paper Bitcoin to some degree. So they're talking about all of the treasury companies with their MNAV and things of that nature, and they're going to have to modify the allocations, and that could cause people to sell the stock, blah, 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 blah. So this one's a little bit different because it's actually talking about the death spiral related to Bitcoin treasury companies, but it ties to the Bitcoin price because those treasury companies obviously buy more Bitcoin based off of the value of their company stocks going up because they've put the foundation of Bitcoin in their, what do you call that? On their balance sheet. But here's the punchline. This one is what I really want you to really see. And this goes back in another month. Bitcoin balance is on knife edge as short-term investors brave for micro events. This is all this stuff should be evaluated through this lens. Investors, short-term investors. So all of the other information is just noise. And I think that was a Raoul Pal thing because he's like, when you find out everything's driven by liquidity and the debt cycle, you realize that everything else is just noise. And then listening recently to Arthur Hayes talking about what's about to come for the economy, and even same thing Jack Mallers is saying. It's like you realize that all this short-term market manipulation, whatever you want to call it, is all noise, no signal, because there's only one way out, and that's to debase the currency. So the real TLDR, the real punchline that I want people on my channel to focus on is stay humble, stack sats. I keep preaching that because if you get caught up in this stuff, chasing headlines, you'll do the exact same playbook I did last time and be like, oh, I'm too late, or oh, this is over. Let me go find something else. And then you're just going to end up shooting yourself in the foot, or as the saying goes, throw the baby out with the bathwater because you don't actually understand Bitcoin. And I believe a lot of these people don't actually understand Bitcoin. And I'm not saying that I do, but when it clicked, I did switch from like a 10% allocation, 25%, 50%. I showed you guys that on my Coinbase account, showed you how I slowly started increasing because it's like I was slowly getting orange pilled. I was like, I was coming out of the matrix. It's like Neo doing all of the different trials. It's like, I know Kung Fu, and then you practice all this stuff and, stopping bullets. It's like you eventually get to the point where you do truly grasp or understand it, and you just look at yourself through the lens of Bitcoin and go, oh shit, I can't just keep supporting this other system. I can't keep trading my economic energy into this other system because that's just feeding that system. I have to get the fuck out. I have to unplug. So that's the lens I want you to evaluate this through, is like truly try to just understand Bitcoin and what it actually is. It's not just some kind of digital crypto asset that you can invest in. It is a complete revolutionary transformation of the monetary system that we have known since the dawn of man. We have never had anything like it. And chances are, you'll never have anything else like it in the future either, because this got created at just the right time where enough people believed in it to keep it going forward and not enough people knew about it to destroy it. You won't be able to create a brand new decentralized token going forward. It would get 51% attacked or nuked or hacked or something way before it got a chance to grow to the unstoppable economic machine and energy beast that is Bitcoin. I've gone off on a rant, but the TLDR I mentioned before, stay humble, stack sats, ignore the noise, focus on the signal. The signal is Bitcoin is the only way out of the matrix. It's the only way to get unplugged. It's the only way, especially if you're in the US where you're being debased and you can look at the numbers and the writing on the wall and the history that this train, as Leon Alden says, nothing stops this train, and nothing stops them from stealing your economic energy and wealth. It's the only way out is Bitcoin. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.